صباح أستاذ.
صباحو كيفك؟
كيف صحتك؟
الحمد لله، انت كيف؟
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيفكم اليوم؟ إن شاء الله مرتاحين؟
أستاذ
انت
بعد
كيف؟
يومين كريست عم بده يصوم.
بكرة بدي صوم.
Yes.
Okay, يلا. Let's start with problem 3. Hi Kaz, وين كنت Friday؟
أستاذ كان ما عندي نت
آه.
بس حضرت الفيديو.
Okay.
أخذ معي وقت.
Number 3. Last time we solved 4, now number 3. Let U0 be a real number and UN is the sequence defined over N by this relation, UN plus 1 equal UN over 2 plus U squared N. How to prove that absolute value of UN plus 1 less than or equal UN over 2? How to prove this relation?
نعمل ماينس.
No, كده نعمل minus. طيب how to subtract؟ بيصير في عنا Okay, we are going to start like that. You know that U squared N is greater than or equal to 0. You know that U squared N greater or equal to 0. If we add 2 to each side, 2 plus U squared N greater than or equal to 2. لكن هون عملنا add 2. add 2. نعمل reciprocal 1 over 2 plus U squared N less than or equal half. So 1 over 2 plus U squared N less than or equal to half. عملت reciprocal. I multiply by absolute value of UN. So absolute value of UN over 2 plus U squared N less than or equal absolute value of UN over 2. So absolute value of UN plus 1 is less than or equal absolute value of UN over 2. Yes.
هذا في كذا طعم مرة تانية.
Okay. I need to prove, yes, 1 minute first. I need to prove this one is less than UN over 2, is less than absolute value of UN over 2. So I start with, I have here U squared N. So U squared N is positive. The square of a number is positive. I add 2 to each side. So 2 plus U squared N is greater than or equal to 2. Since 2 plus U squared N is in the denominator here, بعمل reciprocal. يعني 1 over 2 plus u squared n is less than, I change this one, less than 1 over 2. يعني if 3 less than 2, if 3 is greater than 2, 1 over 3 is less than 1 over 2. Here I make the reciprocal. I multiply by un each side. Here بيصير un, here بيصير un over 2. un over 2 plus u squared n is absolute value of un plus 1 less than or equal un over 2. Yes, مين كان بدي يسأل؟
أخذ الجواب.
Okay, part 2. Deduce that for all natural numbers, absolute value of un is less than or equal u0 over 2. 2 to the power n. How to prove this? By which method? I use mathematical induction. شو mathematical induction هيكاز؟ كم step mathematical induction؟
Lowest value
Okay.
of n.
I need to prove by I need to prove that un, absolute value of un, less than or equal u0 over 2 to the power n. By mathematical induction, to prove a relation that depends on n is always true, we start with n equals 0. For n equal to 0, بصير عندنا u0 less than or equal u0 2 to the power 0. So u0 less than or equal u0, which is true. We prove that this relation is true for the smallest value of n. هيدا أول step. Second step, we suppose the given relation is true. Suppose un, an absolute value less than or equal absolute value of u0 over 2 to the power n. The third step, or the last step, show that un plus 1 less than or equal u0 to the 2 to the power n. u0 to the power 2n. Since he said deduce, from part 1, I have absolute value of un plus 1 less than or equal un over 2. I put instead of un, u0 over 2 to the power n, and un is less than or equal u0 2 to the power n. So I replace un by u0 over 2 to the power n. Then un will be equal less than or equal u0 2 to the n plus 1 it will becomes. إذا حطيت محل un u0 over 2 to the power n over 2 بتصير 2 to the power n plus 1. هي بتصير هيك less than u0 2 to the power n over 2 بتصير 2 to the power n plus 1. So mathematical induction, 3 steps. Any questions?
This one محل u0 حطينا محل يو 0 اوفر 2 ان حطينا يو ان.
محل اليو ان no عفوا I need to prove this. I need to prove this. هيدي no. حطينا محل هيدا اليو ان، حطينا هيدا هون يو 0. هيدا اليو ان حطيت محله يو 0 over 2 to the power n. هيدا not correct here. Okay, the last step. What is the limit of the sequence un? How to calculate the limit of the sequence un? How to calculate the limit of the sequence un? From part, since we have this relation, since absolute value of un is between 0 and 2n, so I can say absolute value of un is between 0 and absolute value of u0 over 2 to the power n. Limit as n tends to plus infinity of 0 less than or equal limit as n tends to plus infinity of un less than or equal limit as n tends to plus infinity of u0 over 2 to the power n. هيدا بصير 0 أول واحد less than or equal limit as n tends to plus infinity.
اول واحد ليميت 0.
Yes. هيدا الريليشن حطيت ليميت هون، حطيت ليميت هير، وحطيت ليميت هير، وحطيت ليميت هير. ده limit of u0 over 2 to the power n شباب as n tends to infinity. قديش بيطلع الليميت لهيدا as n tends to plus infinity؟ الليميت لهيدا
0.
بيطلع 0 لأنه 2 to the infinity is infinity بيطلع 0. So by sandwich theorem, how much is the limit as n tends to plus infinity? If the limit of un is between 0 and 0, what will be the limit by sandwich?
0.
Of un equals 0.
أستاذ فيك تطلع فوق اكتب نمبر 2.
نمبر 2 مش هون كاتب على يس. بدك نمبر 2 يعني؟
ايه ما لحقت تكتب.
بارت 2 يعني. هيدا
Yes.
بارت 2. Is it done, Thomas?
Yes. Yes.
Did you write part 3 ولا no?
No.
Okay, هيدا part 3 here. It starts from here.
كتبت still.
Okay. Now we start with problem 5. Exercise 5. Consider the sequence defined by u0 equal 9 and un plus 1 equals 8 un minus 6 over un plus 1. Part 1. Show that the sequence un is bounded below by 6. What do we mean by un is bounded from below by 6? What we are going to...
هلا bounded below by 6 يعني UN is greater than 6 مو
Yes. How to prove un greater than 6? How to prove un greater than or equal to 6? Yani we have to prove un.
نعم الآن equals 0.
I have to prove un minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. I take the difference un minus 6. So un minus 6 equal how much? So but I don't have un. What you have to prove for un greater than 6? We have to use mathematical induction first. كيف mathematical induction? How many steps? I will suppose we have u0 additional u0. u0 how much? u0 is
9.
9 is greater than 6. Suppose un greater than 6. Third step, we have to prove that un plus 1 is greater than or equal to 6. So 5, we need to show that un is greater than 6 by mathematical induction. By mathematical induction, I have u0 equal 9, which is greater than or equal to 6. u0 equal 9, greater than or equal to 6. Suppose that un greater than 6. هذه second step, هذه first step, second step. Third step, required to show un plus 1 greater than or equal to 6. So I take the difference un plus 1 minus 6. un plus 1 is replaced by its value 8 un minus 6 over un plus 1. Minus 6, LCM is un plus 1. So we get 8 un minus 6 minus 6 un minus 6 equals 2 un minus, this is not minus 6, this is minus 12, We take 2un common, this one un minus 6. So 2 into un minus 6. What is the sign of this one? Positive or negative, and why?
Positive.
Okay. So here we have un, don't write this. Since un is greater than 6, in un minus 6 positive. Un plus 1 is also positive. Un plus 1 is greater than or equal to 7 when it is positive. هذا بيطلع عندي greater than or equal to 0 means un plus 1 minus 6 greater than 0. So un plus 1 is greater than 6. So un is bounded below by 6.
استاذ
Yes, cycles.
هلا قبل نعمل mathematical induction يعني ما فينا نقول دغري u0 is 9 is greater than 6 وبخلص.
اف شو عرفك تاني واحد بنقول له suppose you are greater than 6 وبيخلص.
still
Yes.
وهو هون قايل انه ان greater or equal to 6.
نحن mathematical induction تومو كريست 3 steps. أول step قلنا u0 equal 9 greater than 6. قلنا suppose un greater than 6. شفتها هذا suppose here.
Yes.
هذا second step, we suppose the given relation is true. We are going to prove that un plus 1 is greater than or equal to 6. Any questions still on this part?
No.
To part A, prove that un is decreasing. How to prove that the sequence is decreasing?
نعمل minus
Minus of what?
um plus 1 minus um.
Okay, what will be its sign? Un plus 1 minus un for to be decreasing will be negative. So here, part 2, un plus 1 minus un to find if it is decreasing. This is un plus 1, 8 un minus 6 minus un. We take the LCM is un plus 1, 8 un minus 6 minus u squared n minus un. We get minus u squared n plus 7 un minus 6 over un plus 1. تعرفوا كيف عملنا فاكتورايز لهذا الاكسبريشن؟ كيف صار الفاكتورايزيشن؟ minus x squared plus 7x minus 6 equal to 0. A plus B plus C equal to 0 means x1 equal 1 و x2 equal C على A equal 6. بيطلع الفاكتورايزيشن هو A into x minus x1 into x minus x2. ال a هي minus 1 بصير minus x minus 1 into x minus 6. هذا minus I can multiply it by one of them. If I multiply it by the second, بصير x minus 1 into 6 minus x أو minus x plus 6. over un.
A
yes
A شو ال A هون؟
ال a هي minus 1. هيدا ال a. ال a هي coefficient of x squared.
بالكالكوليتر حد 1 بلس 7 minus 6.
بتحط على الكالكوليتر minus 1 7 minus 1 equal 7 equal minus 6 equal.
Yes.
أستاذ هيدا هون فوق اللي كيف عملت هيدا times
هيدا هون un minus 1 to minus un plus 6.
نون فوق
هيدا كيف صار؟ كريست
إيه أستاذ هون فوق
عملنا ال LCM. هيدا over 1. هيدا بيضل 8 un minus 6. هيدا minus un times un minus u squared n. 1 times minus un is minus un.
أوكي.
كيف أستاذ؟
LCM هيدا over 1. هاي 8 un minus 1 times 8 un 8 un. 1 times 6 is minus 6. Minus un times un minus u squared n. 1 times minus un is minus un. هلا un minus 1. un minus 1 is positive because un is greater than 6. هيدا positive. The first one is positive. وهيدا positive. وهيدا negative. The third one is negative because un is greater than 6. 6 minus un is negative. So هيدا بيطلع less than or equal to 0. So un is decreasing. un greater than 6 يعني minus un less than minus 6. So minus un plus 6 is negative. So بيطلع هيدا less than or equal to 0. So then un is a decreasing sequence.
تحت شو كان مكتوب أستاذ؟
عم فسر ليش هيدا positive. Since un is greater than 6, then un minus 1 is greater than 5. أو فينا نقول هون un minus un greater than 6. Yes, هيدا true. Then un minus 1 is greater than 5. يعني هيدا positive. Since un greater than 6, un minus 1 will be greater than 5. un plus 1 كمان positive. وهيدا negative. واضح ليش هيدا negative minus un plus 6.
أستاذ
Yes.
إذا هون البان UN is 16 هيدا هونيك بيت لا زيرو أستاذ
Greater, less, greater or equal. Could be greater or equal. إذا equal بيطلع equal to 0. إذا greater بيصير less than 0.
إذا بان زيرو ما بيكون decreasing.
ما إذا less than or equal to 0 ما بيطلع less than or equal 0. If un plus 1 minus un less than or equal to 0 بيكون decreasing. هو بس 0 على 6. أكتر من 6 more than 6 it will be negative. So here un is decreasing, un minus un plus 1 minus un is negative. Then un is decreasing. Calculate the limit of this sequence. How to calculate the limit of this sequence?
normal limit x tends to plus infinity.
Where? Yes, نعمل limit بس where? For which? For which relation?
هيدا un plus 1 minus un.
طيب ليش عندنا limit أول شيء؟ Let's why the limit exists. عندنا un is decreasing. un is bounded below by 6, then it is convergent and tends to a limit L. We use this relation. So un is decreasing and bounded below by 6. Then un is convergent, the limit of un as n tends to plus infinity equal L. Let's find this L. We use this relation, limit as n tends to plus infinity of un plus 1 equal limit as n tends to plus infinity of 8un minus 6 over un plus 1. For the given relation, I put limit on each side. Then L equals 8L minus 6 over L plus 1 cross multiplication. L squared, L times L, L squared. L times 1 is L equal 8L minus 6 then L squared minus 7L equal to 0. Then L squared minus 7L plus 6 equal to 0. By using the calculator أو هلا اشتغلناها هي زيتها بيطلع L equal 1 which is rejected or L equal 6 which is accepted. ليش rejected L equal 1؟
لأنه بيقول un is greater or equal to 6.
un is greater than or equal to 6. طلعت معنا 1 rejected وهديك L equal 6 is accepted. Okay, this is all for today. إنه ماشي وقت نكفي هذا الإكسرسايز. We will continue tomorrow.
Okay.
أستاذ
Yes.
أنت هون قلت إنه L is UN صح؟
Yes.
بس هون احنا عنا UN بلس 1 وانت عندك كمان حطيت L.
ما هيك يا Christ. If for example, if you have the sequence UN هو 1 على n. بس بدي افرجيك شغله. شو بيطلع السيكونس؟ un plus 1 شو بيطلع؟ 1 over n plus 1. un plus 2 بيطلع 1 over n plus 2. قديش بيطلع الليميت لليو ان؟ قديش بيطلع الليميت لليو ان as n tends to infinity؟ هذا بيطلع 0 وهذا بيطلع 0 وهذا بيطلع 0. يعني if the sequence is convergent, then all the terms will converge to the same number. يعني convergent بالفيزيكس شو معناته convergent؟ all the rays converge
there is variable.
all them converge to a certain number هو L. يعني un plus 1 un plus 2 un plus 3 un plus 4 كلهم converges to the same number. This is why we call it convergent sequence, to the same limit. Okay, Christ?
Yes.
Okay, يلا. This is all. See you بعد شي ساعتين.
استاذ
شو؟
ما بان ألاس من ما الحصة واحدة.
نعمل حصة ولا حصتين؟ كل حصة بنعملها half an hour.
كتير حسن استاذ.
شو كتير عنا مأخرين بالبروجرام، بدنا عنا بعد 2 chapters بنخلص.
نخلص البروبابيلتي.
اسمه امتحان للأب أستاذ، يعني في وقت
إذا-
كتير.
وإذا امتحان بآب، شو إذا بآب ما أنت بنوقف مدرسة نحن؟ شو إذا امتحان بآب بنوقف بتموز؟ لا، ما راح نوقف بماي.
أستاذ نحن بنوقف يعني بعد شهر هيك شيء.
ايه، وعندك عطلتين، عندك عطلة الفصح وعطلة رمضان، يعني هاو بدك تشيل 2 weeks.
أيوة.
امتى هيدا العطلة استاذ؟
At the end of this month you have 5 days off. وبيرجع بنتعلم شي week وبناخد week off كمان.
ايوه.
هيدا امتى عم بيصير؟ بعد
هيدا month و next month في vacations كتير بماي، في 10 days vacation.
احسن.
زادنيا çok şirin.
اوكي يلا باي باي. باي شباب.
استاذ.
باي باي.
باي.